It is time for our big interview. Strap in for bench racing extraordinaire. We have Davey Coombs, my boss over at Racer X, and also a big part of the Pro Motocross Championship. But we'll talk Pro Motocross in a bit. Let's just bench race about how awesome this Supercross season is, both with two Titans locked at the top, Lawrence brothers dominating 250s, so many other riders trying to break through. It has been so fun to watch. I know you've been keeping your eyes on it.
Absolutely, Jason. I've been lucky enough to go to 4 or 5 of them so far, and I'll be coming to a few here in the stretch run. Who'd have thought that at this point in the season you'd have Eli and Cooper tied in points, number 1 and number 2, both with red plates. And then, arguably the fastest guy has been Chase Sexton. He's just not fast at the right time, which is at the end of the race when they give out the results. I don't think that we've seen the best yet from Jason Anderson, let alone Christian Craig, and maybe the lightning will strike again for Ken Roczen. And I think all those guys are going to go into this stretch run trying to be the spoiler between number 1 and number 2. So I can't wait to watch it. And it's been a wonderful season. I really thought we were in for the Eli Tomac, retirement parade the way the season started. And now, no, it's not been a parade, and no, he's not retiring.
Davey, I'll pivot to 250 indoors, and we'll start with a rider who we're seeing the last of in the class, and some riders we saw the first of. I'll start with Jet Lawrence, his farewell tour to the 250 class. It's been pretty fun to watch. And then the new faces, Tom Vial, 2-time MXGP champion, and Hayden Deegan in their debuts. Just your thoughts on seeing this 250 class, the guy leaving and the two that just showed up.
I'll be honest with you. I think it's working out exactly the way I thought it would. I knew Jet would be incredibly tough. He's done nothing but improve since the first time I saw him at Loretta Lynn's. And it's continuous, and it's something to behold. I knew Tom Vial was going to have a challenge, we'll say. He's a great starter. He's going to be fantastic outdoors, but he's got to get through Supercross healthy. As far as Hayden Deegan goes, I've been watching that kid since I pushed him off the infield on a 65 at Loretta Lynn's. I know he's going to be good. I don't think that he's necessarily James Stewart, naturally talented, but I do think he's driven like a Carmichael-like athlete. The guy that impresses me the most so far, surprisingly, is Hunter Lawrence. I'm amazed at how much he's improved in Supercross because, when he first got over here, same thing happened, Daniel. He had issues with injuries that hurt him in the outdoors. But man, I've been looking at Clinton's stats, and they've been practically all even in 250 Supercross. They might not necessarily be racing against each other, but they're right there in the record books.
Let's stay with those same names. Hunter Lawrence, probably the favorite in the 250 class this summer. Tom Vial, again, 2-time MXGP champion, back in his natural terrain and style of racing. How do you see that matching up with the guys like Justin Cooper, RJ Hampshire, and Joe Shimoda?
Those 3 guys you mentioned, we haven't heard a lot about. Obviously, Joe's been out hurt. RJ's, had some crashes and whatnot. Moseman, you count him in there. They've all got something to prove after not necessarily having a great Supercross season. But Hunter, Vial, Deegan, and Justin Cooper. I don't count Cooper as even having, done Supercross, even though he had, 3 or 4 really good, 450 rides. I think that Justin Cooper, to me, is the guy that I'd be thinking of as my favorite going into that opener at Fox Raceway. And as for Jet moving up, man, we were out at the Motocross of Nations last September and saw him, go straight up against Sexton, straight up against Ferrandis. I feel like he goes to the starting gate as a top 5 guy, maybe even a podium guy.
Man, so much to bench race about. We could probably have you on here for an hour. We'll get you on again. But anyway, thanks for the time, Davey.
Anytime. Thanks, guys.
Time to wrap up this episode of SMX Insider. We're all headed to Glendale here, just outside of Phoenix. I'll be part of Race Day Live. I'll be announcing with the floor. Daniel, you're up in the TV booth. 4:30 Eastern Time. Race Day Live begins, and 10 o'clock Eastern.
Hi, folks. Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.